Sit down, Devon. I'll be right back. In the meantime, I'm sure you two have a lot to tell each other.
I'm sorry.
Why did you bring me here?
I had no choice. Not after what we'd done. I thought my mother was the only one who could protect us, so I brought us here, hoping she could take care of you. You were out cold, and I was worried to death.
Ludlow, why have you never told me you were a princess?
It didn't matter back then. Ashna is history. I never told you about her because I never told anyone. But I guess I owe you her story now. Ashna, daughter of Raja Abhay II, third in line of succession, was a royal princess of Mishra who never felt like one. She felt more like a small bird stuck in a gilded cage, one that longed for the freedom to do what she wanted. On her 12th birthday, she witnessed her father get murdered by the Protectorate. It was the worst day of her life. She fled the scene in fear, and her family assumed Ashna dead. Thus, it also became the day that she gained her freedom to live life as she wanted.
Ashna, the girl, became Aaron, the man?
Ashna, the trapped princess from the colonies, became the free officer sailing the Protectorian seas. She went from royalty to adventurer. And yes, she had to sacrifice parts of herself in the process. It was worth it, though. All of it. Until Aaron learned that Ashna's mother was still alive. That part of Ashna was still alive.
I can't imagine how incredible that news must have been, especially after all those years.
Yes, but that was before I learned that my mother has foul intentions. Before I found out that she wants to use me to enforce her rightful claim to the throne. by treating me as a long-lost son, a male heir.
So you've told him already? Good. He has a right to know of our plan.
Your plan, and it won't work, Mother. I've been with them long enough to know that they don't care about your customs. Even if they believe me to be your son, they'll never agree to give you your kingdom back. Coin is the only thing they'll listen to, because coin is what makes their world tick.
And coin is what we shall give them, the coin that is rightfully yours as the heir to the throne of Mishra.
They already sacked your kingdom. There's nothing left. Or do you intend to scrape the indigo from these walls and sell that to them?
The ceremonial treasures in the temples, they're all ours. Our family has offered riches unimaginable to many temples across this region. The Raja, and only the Raja, can lay claim to those. You are the Raja.
But hold on. Ludlow is not the Raja's male heir. You're fabricating a lie so you can steal from your own people.
I'm giving them back their ways, and in the process I'll reforge them. I'll change the laws so that daughters may be heiress to the throne as well. Then I'll drive out the usurper, who has trampled us for decades now. I don't see why the people wouldn't support that. When there is a chance that our royal dynasty might be restored, I'm sure the priests will be willing to help us regain power. They'll offer us everything they have left, and we will rebuild from there.
You don't understand, Mother. The people want freedom. They don't want your meddling any longer. The Protectorate might be a new evil, but the people just see you as the old one. I won't be abused as a means to your end. If I'm to be Raja, I want the people to rule over themselves.
Listen to me, both of you. Fate has it that we were torn apart and reunited in this dire hour. I believe the gods have given us a chance to emerge triumphant from these trial times. Devon is the key to all of this. What happened on the Herald is the missing piece of this puzzle. So continue, because I need the answers before dawn.
What happens at dawn? Is this something you aren't telling us?
Birds have told me that you were followed. The Protectorate is coming. They have found my hideout. So you owe me your help. There must be something you've heard or seen on board the Herald that I can use as a bargaining chip.
Why don't you just run while you still can?
I'm tired of running. Now please, Devon, we don't have much time left.
Will we make it to the colony in time? Without his proper guide, we have a long journey ahead of us.
My ship, my rules. Hello.
May I remind you, he is a protectorate of...
Well, what are you waiting for? Your self-proclaimed privilege to walk around armed, almost got an innocent man. Was I wrong to trust you? A dear friend of mine, fool. Officer Rupert Brunswick was an amazing man that had inspired many during his life. He was a good navigator, an amazing colleague, and a dear friend to all of us. He leaves behind his mother and many dear cousins. I went to the Naval Academy with him, and I shall always remember our amazing time there. He had a great sense of humor, was a good storyteller, and an amazing poet. One who wrote several volumes of romantic poetry that sold like sweet cakes. Rupert Brunswick never married, but nevertheless, today we give his body back to his one true love, the deep blue sea.
What are you looking at?
That was beautiful, Caleb.
It was mostly sad, Rensburg.
It was very honorable of you.
We lost our first officer. It's the least I could do, you know. Brunswick was a real music lover.
I did not know that.
He was, and the man was a great storyteller, too. He really loved to share his adventures on the high seas with us.
I'm sad that I didn't get to know him better.
It's because of that rotten kid. Brunswick should have beaten some... Forget it. It's no use anyway. It's done. He's dead.
We lost a friend today, Caleb. It is okay to mourn him.
I ain't no woman, Devon. You know, Rensburg, I hate funerals. I had far too many of them back home. They give me the creeps.
Where do you come from exactly?
A place where death lurks round every corner. But at least Bella here never fails to soothe my spirit.
You gave your violin a name?
What, you don't name yours? I got this violin from my daddy, you know. He was the one who named her Bella, and I take his Bella everywhere I go. She's the closest thing to a friend that I have.
Aren't we friends?
Maybe we are. You certainly ain't the worst one on this ship.
I would like to interrupt this tea party, for there's work to be done.
We just buried a man, Undra. It would be decent to keep your peace.
Well, technically we thank him, but yes, we should try and keep our peace. Now, could either of you help me behead this chicken? The captain wants a nice poultry dinner for our guests tonight.
What did I tell you, Runsberg? Death lurking round every corner.
Oh, stop being such a wuss, Caleb, and show me how you'd butcher this poor bugger.
Why? Ain't that the cook's job?
I forgot my knife, and you carry one on your belt.
It's blunt. I ain't sharpened it in a while.
Then use your hands or something. You're a man, aren't you?
Well, you've got hands yourself.
Here, done.
Well, you surely don't beat round the bush.
Now, can I borrow Devon from you two?
Hey, that knife, it's from my workshop. I could swear I just sharpened it yesterday.
You're delusional. This is just my standard working knife. It's a set with my marlin spike.
Liar!
Can you prove it isn't? I thought so. We will be going now, gentlemen.
You can have Devon for now, Ludlow. But please remember to send him back to the galley once it's time for dinner.
Now let's see what secrets the senator is hiding down here.
Have you ever done this before?
I tried my hand at forcing my mother's strongbox once, but that didn't turn out so well. To be fair, I'm just improvising. Oh, god damn it! This is not going to work. I think I broke the hook. If I continue, I might break the lock, and it will be too bloody obvious that we were here.
What are you two doing?
Nothing. We were just inspecting the cargo. We need to double check whether it's still secure after that storm.
Is that so? I heard Brunswick died during the storm. Is that really true?
He's gone. Yes.
Well, good riddance.
A man died, Ian.
People die every day. What's so special about that? Besides, nobody cares to check on me when the storm almost sank us. If it did, you'd probably have left me to drown.
We came to check on you now, didn't we?
You don't fool me. You were looking at that door, weren't you? You want to know what Morton was doing there.
Do you remember anything in particular about that day?
Not much. Well, he did seem to be very worried about something. He was in there for a whole 10 minutes before that girl appeared and the boxes fell down. The senator had a key to the hold, so I figured it obvious that the captain knew about it, and possibly Caleb too.
We could try and ask Caleb.
Ask Caleb? Have you gone mad? He's not to be trusted, Devon. No. We should think very carefully about what we do next. What if we don't need to go in there to find out what he's hiding? Don't you remember, Devon?
Let's see. I came out of the captain's cabin, and I overheard you and Morton... Oh! The letter!
Exactly. The night I introduced you to the captain, Lewis Morton got a letter from the Lord Protector himself.
And it has to be really important if the Lord Protector writes to a senator in person, right?
Yes, very important.
Bye-bye, bye-bye!
Eliza! Eliza, stop! You'll fall if you keep running like that. Oh, God.
Lady Tabitha? What are you doing here?
Apparently, I'm not that good with children. Eliza's just been so restless while she's been with me. I needed a break, so I figured I'd take her to see her father to keep her occupied.
Oh, Eliza. I hope she's not too much of a bother to you.
It's fine, really. She does run away a lot, but at least she gives me plenty of reason to excuse myself from my uncle's company.
All right, where were we? Yes, we need to find out what's in that letter.
Ludlow, I know where you are going with this, and I'm not going to steal that letter.
But I might. Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't you just talking about something that my uncle has and that you would want?
It doesn't matter. You shouldn't get yourself in trouble because of us.
Trouble? What man would think a lady such as myself could give you any kind of trouble? Let me do it. It sounds exciting. What are we looking for exactly?
It's a scroll with a red ribbon, easily recognizable. It's stamped with a Protectorate seal.
I can look through his letters tonight. I'm sure it must be there somewhere. He has been acting so strangely. There must be a good reason behind all of this. And if he's hiding something, I'll help find out what that is.
What are you people doing down here? Oh, Lady Tabitha. Oh, you shouldn't fraternize with those two.
I was merely giving a young girl the pleasure of seeing her father, Mr. Hayward.
Of course, miss. Ludlow, send Devon up. Andra needs him for dinner now. And you should get to the weather deck and make yourself useful.
I wish I could hold her.
I'm sorry.
You are right on time, Devon. This chicken is almost done. And I think I hear it say that it wants to be served.
I don't speak chicken.
Can't you hear that simmer? It sings a song of crisp skin and tender, succulent poultry.
And I thought Danielle was a food romantic.
There are only 3 things in life that matter. Fun, friends, and food. Nothing else.
What about love?
I would count that as friends. And maybe also fun, depending on what kind of friends we are talking about.
Well, I suppose so.
Oh boy, you've never had any friends like that, have you? All in good time, Devon. With your looks, they'll be waiting in line before you know it. No, let's get this chicken to the dining saloon before it runs off by itself.
Potatoes need peeling to get rid of the dirt. Sadly, it wasn't Danielle's favourite job, so sand was a common ingredient in the stew. Rice from the colonies is a staple aboard Protectorate ships. It's easy. It was a paltry dinner.
Ah, look at that bird. Delicious. What a great job, Rendsburg.
It was all Undra's doing, sir. The honours should go to him.
Yes, yes, great work indeed. Now, would you decant that wine I brought from my cabin? It's a vintage Pinot Noir said to have been in the possession of the great Lord Protector, Napoleon himself.
Especially for passengers, Undra kept a large gold-rimmed pot filled to the brim with the whitest sugar I had ever seen. I was surprised it did not have a rainbow leading to it. It looked like somebody had been reading poetry by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. I only knew of The Cry of the Children, which was stirring up politics when I left the capital. A painting of a chemist showed him experimenting with chemical compounds. I have always been fascinated by science, but my foster parents not so much. They often said university wasn't the right place for me. The image depicted a quite handsome man holding a scroll. There was a painting of a girl in the dining saloon. As cute as the image was, it also made me worry, since I had recently heard rumors about toxins in certain types of makeup. The painting depicted a man reading from a religious book, probably Jewish. The painting of the zoologist with the sloth always amused me when I walked past it. There was a painting of a lawyer on the wall. The captain once told me it held an honorary place aboard his ship for very personal reasons.
How did you acquire it, Captain Hendricks?
I got it from my dearly departed friend, dear Brunswick, bless his soul. Such a good man. We're drinking it in his honor tonight.
Uncle, I'd like to ask you something.
You may speak freely, my dear.
Well, as you might know, it is my birthday soon, and I think I'd like to celebrate my birthday aboard the Herald this year.
Are you sure, my dear? Isn't this location a bit dull and depressing for a party?
Well, maybe that's why I might enjoy a party. Let us invite everyone to have a fun night of dancing and eating.
Everyone? You want to dance with these sailors, my dear? Do you think that is wise?
It's just dancing, Uncle. No funny business. I promise.
Oh, my dear, you're so young. These men aren't to be mingled with. Their crude ideas might rub off on you.
I'll ask the cook to make a cake, and I'll rearrange the deck with the help of Officer Ludlow and Mr. Hayward.
Dear,
Thank you so much, Uncle.
Tabitha, stop it. Now!
Oh, but Lewis, it would be a fine distraction for the lady.
Oh, yes, it will.
It'll keep her occupied during the lonely days on the high seas.
Very occupied.
And she must feel so forlorn, seeing that there are no other ladies here to discuss womanly things with.
Yes, that too, of course.
I'll think about it. Perhaps you're right. It might do her some good in some way or another.
Oh, it certainly would, Uncle.
Yes, you've made that quite clear, Tabitha.
Oh, amazing. It is a truly splendid wine. The French Lord Protector had a nose for wine, clearly. And nice decant, Devon. No sediment at all. You're a good server, boy.
He is, isn't he? I was wondering, Captain, did the boy enjoy a formal education?
Oh, by all means, ask him. I have no idea, but I see how one would expect that.
Mr. Rensburg, did you go to school?
I did not, sir. I can read and write, but people thought me unfit for an advanced education.
Oh, dear boy. They don't see what I see in you. You are very different from most of your kind.
Indeed you are. You've displayed sophistication and refinement unlike others, Rensburg.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Captain, would you mind if I invite Mr. Rensburg to visit my cabin from time to time? There's an awful lot I can teach him about the world. And he has the right type of mind to keep me occupied during these long days of travel.
Rensburg, do you hear that? I advise you to make use of this, boy. You'll benefit from a mentorship, even if it's only for a short while.
Why not start tonight?
Yes, I'd...
Marvelous idea, Doctor.
It is, isn't it? Well, that's settled then. Once you've finished your kitchen duties tonight, I'll expect you in my cabin.
Potatoes need peeling to get... My adoptive mother once told me that a career choice is life's greatest gamble. I would say the dice are rolled earlier, for the conditions of one's birth. In the corner of the gun deck stood a piano. It was a truly stunning one, made by a V. The gun deck was littered with all kinds of boxes. Gehrig wanted to see me in his cabin. The first-class passengers' quarters were located at the other end of the tween deck.
Where are you going? You're not allowed in there. Or were you thinking of getting cheeky?
Gerrig invited me for... yeah, I don't really know for what, actually.
Dr. Gerrig? Of all the people on board, he might actually know a bit more about current protectorate affairs in the colonies. You should see if he can tell you something about the purpose of Senator Morton's presence here.
I'll try, but don't expect too much from me, all right?
I only expect the best from you. You know that. And don't let the old man scare you, Devon. He's a bit eccentric, but otherwise a decent fellow.
Good to see you here, Mr. Ransburg. We have so much to discuss. Sit down, make yourself comfortable. Care for a bitter?
What?
It's spicy liquor, my boy. Opens up your sinuses.
No, thank you.
Suit yourself. Now, Mr. Ransburg, could you tell me a bit about yourself? Like, where are you from, actually?
I was born in the colonies. I have been told that I was the product of an illegitimate relationship between a Protectorian officer and a woman from the village where he was stationed.
I see. And where are you headed?
To the colonies, to find a new home where I can start over. I know there is more to the world than what I've seen in the Protectorate, and I want to learn all about it.
You do know that not knowing can be better sometimes, right? It is a noble pursuit, the pursuit of knowledge, but it is clearly not for everyone.
Who is it not for, then?
Those who seek to do harm. Knowledge can corrupt the mind, Devon. Mr. Ransburg, do you know why I wanted to talk to you?
I heard you tell the captain that I was interesting. For someone with my background, I mean.
That is part of it, yes. But I also wanted to ask you what you know about the country you're headed towards. Do you know anything about its place in the Empire at all?
I want to find my family. I've never really thought about the country's politics that much. Is that strange?
We all have our reasons to go places. But knowledge about the country your mother lives in might shed some light on her character. Before the Protectorate founded the Eastern Colonies, the place was known as India. It was but a handful of warring kingdoms that we traded with. This was to the dismay of many who believed kings and queens were not to be trusted. The trade benefited these nations immensely, but over time our knowledge corrupted them. In short, the Protectorians were once again right to question these despots. A few of the kingdoms wanted to buy weapons from us to slay their enemies, but we refused. To let them use our weapons against one another was out of the question. But it didn't matter. We had brought them our technology, and they found ways to use it to their advantage. This was when the Protectorate felt she had to intervene and take over control. It was when we founded the Eastern Colonies and put a regent into place to govern independently of the Protectorian Parliament.
Independently? Aren't the colonies part of the Protectorate?
Not yet. They're in a transitional phase. It has always been the plan to make the colonies a part of the Empire, but this takes some time. Before the colonies can become a province with some autonomy of its own, the society needs to have achieved a certain degree of sophistication. We are bringing them that.
How does the Protectorate intend to do that? What does that even mean?
It means the Protectorate is raising a child to adulthood, Devon. It's a bit like we're doing today, Rendsburg. I'm teaching you. That can't be wrong, can it?
But can't I have ideas of my own?
Of course, Rendsburg. But don't become reckless. Use your knowledge the right way. Like I said earlier, knowledge can corrupt the mind. But enough politics for today. Do you like stories, boy? Because I love them, and I have a little test in mind for tonight.
A test, sir?
It's a riddle to test the wits of my new pupil. Go get that green book over there and read from page 89.
I have actually seen a badger once in my life, but it didn't look much like this bad example of taxidermy. Unorganized piles of clothing betrayed Gerig's messy lifestyle. The sheer number of books present in Gerig's cabin would imply he did nothing else but read. That, or he just liked to use them as furniture. All of the books next to Gerig's desk were about physiology, biology, or psychology. One was titled, Ladies in Heat, an essay on hysteria. The macabre device seemed designed to take detailed measurements of a skull. Why Dr. Gehrig would need such a tool, I honestly did not want to know. The wall was covered in eerie drawings of skulls. They seemed to mostly compare human skulls to those of various apes. A large pump lay beside Gehrig's desk. I had seen a doctor use one of these things once to pump smoke into, well, someone's backside. The doctor's bag had been thrown onto the shelf. It didn't seem like Gehrig took good care of his belongings. I didn't really want to know what manner of strange things were floating in Gehrig's jars. It was a book about history. Gehrig asked for something else. This was a book about physics. This was a book about It was a book about geography. The book that Gehrig wanted me to get was called Fables from the Forest. The King's Folly. There once was a king who got lost in the woods. He came past a merchant who was peddling goods. He ordered the man to help find the road back to his palace, his humble abode. The merchant, smiling, opened his bags to show him his wares. They were mostly just rags. The king asked, surprised, "What is this gesture?" The merchant replied, "Garment or vesture." The lost king, robbed by his foes, sighed, then sobbed as he spoke of his woes. "I am a king without power or wealth. My only possession is spirit and health. I have no land, no coin, and no wife, and all that I loved have long left my life." The peddler smirked and lifted his hat, where the king witnessed the head of a cat. "You might be a king, but humbled you be, for I am no human nor cat, you see. I am a hybrid, a friend of the woods, one that grants wishes and also sells goods." The king's face turned white as he shrieked in fear, "I did not know, my conscience be clear." "What do you mean?" Catman wondered. "What did you do? Where have you blundered?" The king, hesitant, continued his tale. "I once had a wife, but our marriage grew stale. Of catfolk like you, my wife one day spoke. I cursed her a witch, and threw her out broke. Since that day, my whole life has turned sour. I captured a damsel, put her up in my tower. A handsome prince came and rescued his love, took all of my kingdom when push came to shove. Now I'm alone, wandering the land, pretending I still have ones to command. But you, my dear merchant, are not my subject. You are my mirror, my soul to reflect. Catman straightened his back and purred in disdain. Listen carefully, and it ought not be in vain. You are no king, but your wife is still queen. She is wise, thus fair, and rarely mean. She is forest and meadow under her guardship, and has followed you and your so-called hardships. She offers you a chance to repent if you have learned what all of this meant. Now answer me this, do you now know what's more important, rain, coin, or bow? But you, my dear, the king had the peddler the lost. There once was the king's There once was a king who got lost in the woods. He came past a merchant who was peddling goods. He ordered the man to help find the road back to his palace, his humble abode. The merchant, smiling, opened his bags to show him his wares. They were mostly just rags. The king asked, surprised, "What is this gesture?" The merchant replied, "Garment or vesture." The lost king, robbed by his foes, sighed, then sobbed as he spoke of his woes. "I am a king without power." The peddler smirked and lifted his hat, where the king witnessed the head of a cat. "You might be a king, but humbled you be, for I am no human nor cat, you see. I am a hybrid, a friend of the woods." The king, hesitant, continued his tale. "I once had a wife, but our marriage grew stale. Of catfolk like you, my wife one day spoke. But you, my dear merchant, are not my subject. You are my mirror, my soul to reflect." Catman straightened his back and purred in disdain. Listen carefully, and it ought not be in vain. You are no king, but your wife is still queen. She is wise, thus fair, and rarely mean. She is forest and meadow under her guardship, and has followed you and your so-called hardships. She offers you a chance to repent if you have learned what all of this meant. Now answer me this, do you now know what's more important, rain, coin, or bow? I think it's bow because...
No. Don't answer yet. Think about it first. Then, next time, when you come back, you give your answer. That's a lot.
Can I ask you something about the riddle?
No. Just think on it a bit. Let the words linger. It is very good to have something to occupy your mind with, boy. Now, it's getting very late already. I need my sleep, Mr. Rendsburg. I hope to see you again soon. Then we'll discuss what the answer is.
I'll think about it then. Good night, Doctor.
Good night, Mr. Rendsburg. It was a pleasure having you here tonight.
Oh, Uncle.
What were you doing just now? That's mine!
It's nothing, Uncle. I just needed something to write with.
You could have asked me, Tabitha. Why would you open my desk without asking me?
I won't do it again. I really didn't know it was so important to you.
There are government letters in there. There's just no excuse for rummaging through my letters at all. What if you saw my memoirs? Such things are private.
Oh, but Uncle, I was just grabbing a pen and some ink. I was never going to read any of your epistles.
What if you knocked over the ink pot? We both know you're clumsy like that.
What? Do we? Uncle, I have to go now.
No, Tabitha. You're staying here.
I can go wherever I want, Uncle.
Don't leave. Explain yourself, you silly little girl.
Uncle? No.
Tabitha! Don't stand there, boy. Clean up that mess.
I had to throw away the shards in the galley. The few herbs I could find in the galley were It was a recipe for Undra's. An entire drawer was devoted. A lone onion lay lost on the worktop. On the counter lay a giant hunk of prosciutto. There we go.
Oh, hi.
Did everything go all right?
Did it sound like it went all right, Devon? Sorry. My plan went sour. I made a stupid and short-sighted mistake. My uncle is right. I am clumsy. I'm a silly little girl.
That's not true. I don't believe it. He's wrong about you.
He got really angry. I thought he wasn't going to be back for hours. But apparently, the visits for tea with the captain are getting shorter these days.
We'll just have to find a way to keep him occupied with the captain. I'm sure we'll think of something.
What if we're wrong? What if we are just imagining things?
That doesn't give him any right to treat you like this.
But I somehow think he has his reasons, Devon. It's a well-meant gesture, but twisted by scars on his soul. I think he wants to protect me. For my father's sake, that is. He wouldn't do it for me. That I'm sure of.
Protect you from what?
I believe that my uncle thinks he failed to save my aunt. He wasn't there to protect her when she was taken away from us. Then my uncle lost his wife. My father lost his beloved sister. And I lost my friend.
How did she die?
She didn't just die, Devon. She was murdered in broad daylight during a trip to Cape Town.
What happened?
To my aunt's dismay, my uncle had cancelled their trip. But my aunt really wanted to go, so she went with my mother. They were alone when a thug tried to rob them, but Eleanor Morton Vesey was not the kind of lady to stand idly by, though we now all wish she had that day. When she tried to hold onto her purse, the mugger pulled a knife in an attempt to slice it from her. My aunt turned towards him to shield her belongings. And then he stabbed her, right in the heart. My mother tried to help her, but she didn't know what to do. My father, mother, my uncle, me. We're never going to be the same again, Devon. Father visibly wallowed in his own grief for months, and I believe he still does, be it in silence. My uncle's political ambitions became more vicious than ever, and while I believe he does it from the goodness of his heart, he wants to enact some very strict policies. He says he wants people to feel safer in the colonies, but I'm afraid it's just bitter resentment that's driving him.
And how are you coping?
I just wish everything could go back to the way it was, Devon. I wish I could go home to Father and see him smile again, that Uncle and he be friends once more. But they hate each other now, both blaming the other for what happened. Why, Devon? Why don't they see they're making it worse for all of us?
Because they loved her, Lady Tabitha. They loved your aunt, each in their own way. This is just how they deal with it.
But I miss her too, Devon. She was so bright, so strong. She was such a great example to live up to. Now I suffer because I've become the subject of everything my father and uncle believe they failed to do for her.
If this is not the life you chose for yourself, what would you do differently then?
I want to be more like Aunt Eleanor. I want to help you and make myself useful. No silly business.
I'm glad to hear that, Lady Tabitha, but it will be dangerous.
I know that, Devon. This is not a game anymore. We really need to forge a smarter plan to get hold of that letter. Let's meet up in the cargo hold tomorrow morning with Officer Ludlow. I'll just pretend I'm going to visit Eliza's father again with her. But we should both go to bed now, Devon. My uncle will get suspicious if I stay away any longer. Good night.
Who did this? Who?
What the hell happened here?
That's what I was asking you.
Caleb, your violin.
Yes, my violin. It's ruined. They broke her in two.
I'm sure you can fix it, Caleb. Please, just calm down.
Calm down? You did this, didn't you, you bastard?
What? I did not. I just came from my bed.
That's no excuse. You're always taking a jab at me. This is your doing. I just know it.
Whatever you say, Caleb. I don't have time for this. I need to prepare breakfast for the captain.
Where are you going? Explain yourself.
It's just a piece of wood, Caleb. And we really need to get to work.
We'll find the culprit, Hayward. I'll keep my eyes and ears open for you.
Thank you, Devon. My daddy would kill me if he was still alive. His Bella ruined.
Even the grinding wheel couldn't... Many wooden crates and boxes.
Sorry I'm late. I slept in and I'm not feeling very well.
Oh, you bring in rather foul air, officer. What did you do?
Excuse me, miss. I had a few drinks before I went to bed this morning. You might still smell that on my breath.
Were you drunk?
No, just a bit tipsy. So, why are we here again?
I call this meeting because I failed to retrieve the letter last night. I'm sorry.
We talked about this. You did your best. We'll think of something else.
You're right. And that's why I already thought up a new plan. One that might have a better chance of succeeding.
Well, go on. Don't keep us waiting. Tell us what your plan is.
Well, I went through my uncle's letters, but there was nothing there that resembled your description, officer.
How strange.
Yes, but it confirms our suspicions. That letter contains secrets that he doesn't want anybody else to know. Otherwise, it would have been there, amongst all his other important letters.
It's progress. Now what?
I haven't gotten the chance to search the room completely, so the letter might still be there somewhere, carefully hidden in some nook or cranny.
Turning the entire cabin upside down without anybody noticing won't be easy. We really need to be sure that your uncle is gone, and that he stays gone long enough to do a thorough search. How do you plan on achieving that?
Yesterday during dinner, I couldn't help but notice that the captain rather likes my company. So, I decided it might be an idea to join them for tea next time. That way, I can make sure they stay occupied while you two search the room.
That might actually work.
There's one problem, though.
There's always one problem.
If we leave together, my uncle will surely lock the cabin. You'd have to force the lock to get in, and that would get suspicious very quickly.
The bosun keeps a spare key to all the cabins.
He does? Well, why don't we just ask him to join us? I'm sure he understands that there's something very fishy going on if we explain the situation. And since it's also my cabin, I could give my blessing to the mission as well.
but I guess your charms are better suited to Caleb than Ludlow's.
Excuse me? This is an absurd idea. I'd rather just steal the key from him, miss. That's easier.
No, you shouldn't. If you get caught, it would be the end of our mission. We should try and bargain with him first. What if we ask him to help us, and in return we tell him who broke his violin this morning?
Do you know who broke his violin?
No, but we could try and find out first. It could be our bargaining chip.
I'm sorry, miss, but Caleb Haywood does not work that way. Unlike us, he is beyond reason.
Oh, just give it a chance, please. It's a lot less risky to have him just hand over the key than to steal it. And maybe he can even stand on the lookout for when my uncle returns.
It won't hurt to try this. If he doesn't seem to budge, we can always change our minds and steal the key anyway.
Since I'm almost sure this plan won't succeed without leverage, I propose we try to find out who broke that violin first. So, let's search for clues.
Well, okay then. I'll wait here with Eliza, because most people expect me to be sleeping right now.
Good. I'll talk with Dr. Gehrig and my uncle. You speak to the crew, Devon. Let's do this.
Because it tends to spoil fast.
Oh, hey, Devon. Can I ask you something?
Of course, ask away.
What have I done to deserve this, Devon? I only wanted what was best for my Eliza.
And no one blames you for that.
But they do blame me for being from the Kingdom of Brazil, a country that's drenched in heritage of slavery.
It's not just that. The Protectorate wants to rid the world of monarchist rulers. Tyrant kings like yours in the Catholic kingdoms are destroying the world, Danielle.
So cute to see that you still believe in those fairy tales, Devon. But to burst your bubble, that nonsense is only upheld to stop you from seeing that your Protectorate elite is exactly the same as ours, full of power-hungry tyrants. Your people practically invented the Atlantic slave trade.
I don't really know all that much about that. Can you tell me more?
It is a part of history that you tend to deny, Devon, but it is true. The Protectorate used it to be exactly the same as us, you know? They just stopped the slave trade because it wasn't lucrative enough for them anymore.
Are you suggesting slavery might return to us one day?
The same beast can rear its head in many different forms, Devon. So we must be watchful, always. For your kind, it's all indigo and spices now. But if tomorrow the opportunity arises to make some coin, it might well be slavery again. They'll just call it by a different name.
I get what you mean. We need to stay vigilant.
Thank you, Devon, for truly listening to me. And yes, stay watchful.
Hey, you two! Can't a man get some rest here? Babble about politics some other time, will ya?
Aren't you supposed to be rubbing and scrubbing the tween deck right now, Devon?
Can I ask you a question?
As long as it's not about that stupid violin.
But you must have heard something.
I did, yes. But I'm not going to incriminate someone on a hunch.
You can trust me.
I know, Devon, but... Devon, listen to me. I have no proof of anybody doing anything, so let it rest.
Traces of cornflour and butter covered the roller. The most prominent thing about... There was a cork on the floor. Hey, Rob. Psst. It's daytime. Get up.
Huh? What do you want?
Could you tell me what you did last night?
I was playing games with Officer Ludlow.
What games?
Cards. Oh, what are you getting at, Devon?
Have you heard about Caleb's violin? Someone destroyed it last night.
And you suspect I had something to do with that? What an absurd notion. Leave me alone now, Devon. Go bother someone else with your questions.
Sometimes people get drunk and rowdy. There was a trap door that led to where the... This part of the cargo hold was strictly off-limits. Even with a blue coat, the door to the cargo hold My adoptive mother once told me that there were several shards in the bin that smelled of alcohol. If I collected all the shards, perhaps I could figure out what was thrown in the bin. I couldn't make any sense of it. If I collected all the shards, it was a match. I reconstructed the broken bottle. It was cooking alcohol, and the bottle had Undra's initials on it.
What is it now, Devon?
Does this count as evidence? All the evidence leads back to you.
I didn't do anything.
You were in the workshop last night, Undra. Tell me what happened.
I found the shards next to the broken violin this morning. I did indeed clean them up, because I was afraid the initials on the label would implicate me when Caleb woke up. But it was Ludlow who stole the bottle from my stash yesterday to get drunk with that fool in his hammock. So I know it was Ludlow, Devon. I just do. There's also something I might have said to him last night.
What did you tell him?
I caught him snooping around the galley, and I told him... I told him to teach Caleb a lesson.
Why?
Just for some fun, Devon. You know Caleb and I like to bicker, but I didn't want this. I didn't mean for Ludlow to do something so foolish.
Really? Do you know Ludlow at all?
I'm sorry, it's my fault. I take full responsibility.
You're both at fault here. Ludlow and you.
I know, but what do we do now?
You do nothing. Stay here while I go talk to Ludlow.
But... Okay, I get it. I'll wait.
Oh, hi. You're back soon. Well, have you found out anything yet?
I only have one question. Why?
Why what?
Why did you do it? Why did you break Caleb's violin?
I'm sorry. I was drunk, and before I knew what I was doing, it was done. I had broken the thing, and I couldn't unbreak it. But it was Andra's idea, Devon. It was him. He gave me this idea to teach Caleb a lesson.
I know. Andra told me. Just stop doing this kind of nonsense already. I'm getting tired of it.
Excuse me? You are pushing this too far. I told you that I was drunk. It could have happened to anybody. I apologize to you. What more can I do?
Stop apologizing to me and start apologizing to Caleb.
Won't that just make it worse?
I've got an idea.
Lady Tabitha, did you just hear all of this?
Yes, officer.
I don't know how to explain my...
Just spare me your whimpering, officer. It doesn't matter. We need to make a decision now, and we need to do it fast.
Sure.
Officer, I already suspected you when I smelled your alcohol breath, even though I hoped it wasn't true. Anyway, I'm sure Mr. Hayward isn't as sharp as I am, so if we act quickly, we can still convince him it was the cook.
You want to do what? The man's innocent. It's all on Ludlow. Again.
We need Caleb's spare key, Devon, and he won't give it to us if he finds out it was Ludlow.
So what do we do then?
Someone will need to take the fall, and it can't be Officer Ludlow here.
Out of the question. We're going to do this the right way. Ludlow is going to apologize to Caleb right now.
What? That's mad!
Hey, boys! Wait up! Wait for me! I'm wearing a dress here.
Got the lady to join you in your schemes too, eh? You three planning on forming a band?
I asked everybody to come here.
Yes, and we're not scheming. We are here to help you.
We know who broke your violin.
Oh? Do you now? Who did it then?
Not so fast. We'll tell you, but only if you agree to help us. To help me.
No, no, Lady Tabitha. I'll admit it. I did it. I broke the violin last night.
Ludlow? How? Why? You...
It's true, okay? I did it. I was drunk. I didn't mean to. But I did it and I can't undo it. I'm sorry.
Sorry? So you people just tell me that Ludlow did it, and somehow you expect me to help you and your bastard of a friend out?
He's really sorry, Caleb. You have to believe him.
I don't care that he's sorry. No way! I'm not helping you and your rat pack. Or do you think I've gone crazy all of a sudden? It's clear I can't trust any of you. Get out of my workshop!
So, now what?
You tell me. If you hadn't been so stupid, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Honestly, you think this is helping? Ugh. I'm going to check on Eliza. I need the company of someone more mature.
Oh, now you boys done it. You made the posh one angry? Before you know it, she'll have you disciplined by her uncle.
She'd never.
It's all my fault. I ruined any chance of getting into her cabin tonight.
Excuse me?
The lady asked us to search her room while her uncle is out. But I broke Caleb's violin, so he won't lend me his key.
So you actually told Caleb? He doesn't suspect me anymore?
Yes. Your name is cleared.
And the lady wants your help to find something in her cabin?
Only because she can't do it herself. Mr. Morton doesn't leave her alone anymore.
But... I think I've got an idea. Meet me on the weather deck tonight. When Mr. Morton is out for tea with the captain, I'll be near the starboard staircase. Oh, and don't eat too much of my stew tonight.
All right. Does this mean we have an ally now?
I wonder what he means about the stew.
I managed to slip Tabitha a note. Make sure to drink your tea very slowly. I hope she gets it.
There you are, just in time.
All right, but what are we doing out here? It's freezing.
What was that about the stew, Andra?
I figured there's only one other way in besides the door.
Do you mean...
The portholes! I'll lower you down with this rope, and you can just pry open the latch using this butter knife.
Brilliant!
But what if you drop us?
I won't. You scrawny boy shouldn't be that difficult to hold. And I've had some practice with this.
You've had practice?
Don't look at me like that. I used to work in the harbor hoisting cargo, Devon. But no time to explain further. We need to do this now, before we lose our window of opportunity.
All right. But you go first, Devon.
Okay, now listen. It might get suspicious if I keep hanging around here. So I'll tie the rope to the railing for you to climb back up. Now hurry up!
He's in. My turn.
Search the whole cabin. The scroll should be hidden here somewhere.
The sealed letter was addressed to the Department of Colonial Affairs, but I wouldn't dare to open it. Breaking the seal would only arouse suspicion after all. The sealed letter. I had no time to snoop through the senator's books. They seemed to be mostly bundles of political essays anyway. All important letters in the Protectorate are stamped with a seal showing the governmental emblem. The symbol is seen as a bit of an ill omen, for a letter that is sealed with it often contains an unpleasant message. Tabitha had already looked through Morton's box of letters. The scroll wasn't in there. It had to be better hidden, in a place where Morton didn't expect anybody to look. The curtains could be shut to shield the sleeper from any light that might still be burning in the cabin. The drawer wouldn't open. Something seemed to be jamming it. The drawer wouldn't open. Judging by her resemblance to Tabitha, this had to be Mrs. Morton. Although I never knew her, Tabitha's words had given me an idea of who Lady Eleanor was. Knowing about her unfortunate fate made her soft smile all the more unsettling. I didn't think the scroll would be among Tabitha's dresses. She would have noticed that. The fan that was among Tabitha's possessions was a unique mix of Protectorate craftsmanship and colonial design. I wonder whether the creator knew the significance of the peacock feathers it was decorated with. A flowery scent permeated the cabin. Since the actual flowers were fake, I expected that Tabitha's perfume bottle was the origin. The vase contained a few silk flowers. It was glued to the shelf, so it wouldn't topple when the ship swayed. Lady Tabitha's hairbrush was decorated with typical Protectorate symbols of femininity. Long hair is considered more delicate and refined for ladies. Perhaps this is why Tabitha cut her hair shorter than most women her age. It was a drawer, full of drawers. The image depicting Antigone and Oedipus fit in perfectly with the current resurge of interest in the classics. Greek Romanticism was all the rage among rich Protectorians, and I'm sure this painting was a prized possession of the senator. Many novels lined Tabitha's shelves. The Count of Monte Cristo, The Three Musketeers. It seemed that Tabitha was an avid reader of Dumas. It was unmistakably Jonathan Fairwald Vesey, the regent of the Eastern colonies, and Tabitha's father. This portrait was different from those I'd seen in the papers, less stately, and clearly made as a keepsake for a family member. There was a hammer in the drawer. The most expensive mirrors in the Protectorate can conjure up a near-perfect reflection of oneself. But all the money in the world can't buy you the experience needed to reflect on the soul. During clear nights like these, the reflection of the moonlight on the ocean's surface shone a faint, ghost-like light through the portholes. The drawer wouldn't open. The Dutch revolt against William III. In Protectorate circles, the uprising was seen as the catalyst that unleashed a wave of anti-monarchist sentiment across Europe. It was instrumental in forming the early Protectorate. The curtains could... The drawer wouldn't open. I had no time to... This was what kept the drawer stuck. There was no doubt in my mind it had been placed there on purpose. There we go. I could now open...
What's that? Is that? Very clever. Let's get out of here before the senator returns.
I'll ask no questions. See you tomorrow for your next lesson, Mr. Rensburg.
I can't believe we did it! That was amazing, Devon!
That look on Gerrig's face.
That was the best part. Tabitha did really well, by the way. No disturbance whatsoever.
She knows her stuff, that lady.
She sure does. Now let's open it. I can't wait to see what it says. Bloody hell. What a crude message, too. I don't get it, though. Why is the senator hiding this from his niece?
After what Tabitha told me, I think her uncle believes he is protecting her this way.
Jonathan Vesey was popular with many, Devon. His death means utter chaos in the ranks of the Protectorate. This letter can only mean one thing. The Lord Protector expects that the rebels will try to establish their own rule amidst all the chaos, and he won't let that happen. He needs a familiar face to consolidate power within the colonial government, so he sent the regent's brother-in-law to replace him. Devon, the Herald is on a top-secret diplomatic mission to thwart a revolution in the making. I think I get it now. The senator couldn't tell Lady Tabitha because he'd jeopardize a state secret, and that would mean he'd break the law.
This still doesn't explain what exactly the Herald carries in its hold.
Whatever we're carrying, it's meant to put a stop to this rebellion. Tabitha's uncle is going to use it to utterly devastate the rebels and their families in the name of the late regent, and so in the name of the Vesey family. As a Vesey herself, Tabitha has a right to know. You should tell her tomorrow first thing after breakfast.
So did you find what you were looking for?
Yes, but I still need to tell Tabitha.
You seem bothered.
I'm not sure if I want to tell her.
Devon, you and Ludlow did well when you told the truth to Caleb. Whatever news there is you fear to tell Lady Tabitha, I'd advise you to do it. Remember, truth will out. Now go and serve the tea.
you need to eat your food, dear. Otherwise, you will never grow up.
She doesn't speak our language, Tabitha.
I know that, Uncle, but I bet she gets the idea.
Undoubtedly. Tabitha, dear, I've been thinking.
Aren't you always thinking?
I am. It is what I do.
Undoubtedly.
I realize that I am sorry, my dear. I shouldn't have fallen out with you the way I did. And I think the captain was right.
Oh? About what?
It must be awfully dull for you here, without anybody to speak to, I mean. It wouldn't hurt to throw a small party for your birthday.
With a cake?
If the chef can make one, of course. With a cake.
Oh, thank you, Uncle. Thank you so much. Did you hear that, Devon? We're going to have a party.
Mr. Rensburg, was it? Did you hear the lady?
Yes, sir.
Tell the chef that today's breakfast was abysmal, and that I would like Tabitha to have a cake on her birthday.
I'm sorry that you were not satisfied, sir. But I will take note of your displeasure and ask Mr. Oberton to prepare a cake for the lady's birthday.
Thank you, Devon. While you read your book, Uncle, I'm off to take Eliza to see her father. See you in a jiffy. Did you get it?
There's something you need to know first.
And what might that be?
We found the letter, but there's some very grave news in it, miss. Tabitha, your father, he's dead. The letter says that Jonathan Vesey was murdered by the rebels during the insurgents. I'm sorry.
No. Don't do that. I would like to read it. The letter. I need some time alone. Please leave me be. Just for a bit.
We came out unscathed. How we did it? Sheer luck. But with Undra's help, we finally got our hands on Morton's letter. With its horrible truth unveiled, Ludlow, Tabitha, Undra and I had to decide what our next steps would be.
That must have been very hard for you.
I still don't know how I managed to keep a cool head.
You did well, Devon. And let me say that Tabitha sounds like such a sweet girl.
Oh, stop it! Stop it right now!
Excuse me?
How can you say such a thing after what you've done?
What have I done? Stop with what?
This demure charade of yours!
Hold your tongue. Do I have to remind you that you are still in my house?
This house is crumbling around you and you don't even want to listen. You have no future here. It's over.
Why have you given up on your people? You are destined to be a queen, Ashna.
I don't want to be a queen, nor a king of a bunch of murderers. And stop calling me that. Ashna is dead. Mother, you ordered the death of Jonathan Vesey. That's why they're looking for you. You'll hang for it.
And so will you.
Can someone explain to me what this is about?
She's right, Devon. I am responsible for Jonathan Vesey's death. But although it was my idea to kill him, I do regret how it all transpired.
Tell him how it happened. He has a right to know.
Very well. I had agents planted among the indigo planters. They instigated the rebellion by showing the farmers what kind of coin the Protectorate makes with their product. I offered them a share of that wealth if they'd align themselves with me. Hungry and desperate as they were, they stormed the regent's mansion and ripped him to pieces. I had envisioned something more measured and reserved. I severely overestimated the decorum of an angry mob.
That's not the whole story.
I also spread the knowledge about the Protectorate's disrespect for our culture. How they enslave the people of other countries. How they plunder our temples and kill our priests. How they eat our sacred animal on toast with tea.
Is that all true?
They are merely half-truths, dear. True enough, at least, to paint the Protectorate in a horrible light.
You set people up against each other. You're no better than the Protectorate, and you know it.
I am fighting for the freedom of my country.
No, you're not. You're concocting a selfish power grab.
That's enough. It seems things have gotten a little heated. I think we need a break. I'll be in my bedroom. You're free to do whatever you like, but stay in this room.
The tea has gone cold. I guess this is a fan, made of animal hair? Would the Raja have once sat on this throne? The lotus flowers smell nice. I think the water is also meant to cool the room somewhat. I can't go looking in there. The guard will see. That pawn is me. The knight is Ludlow, and it's only a matter of time before the queen checkmates us. Never seen one of these before. Are these deceased family members? Are you okay?
I'm fine, Devon. I just don't trust her anymore. She's scheming. She's using us to get what she wants. She couldn't care less about me or the people fighting for her.
Are you sure about that?
She's only slightly better than the Protectorate. I just don't want to be a pawn in her political games, Devon.
I want to know what she's up to. What could it hurt? Let's just give her the information she wants, and then we're out of here.
Devon, that woman thinks I am still the same person I was 20 years ago. Like I said, I've come to the conclusion that Ashna is gone.
So you've made up your mind then?
Yes, I have, Devon. In a violent twist of fate, I took the place of someone who died. I've lived the better part of my life as Aaron Ludlow now, and I think I didn't just do that because I had to. True, at first it was just a convenience, a way to move forward. I also believe that honoring the name of the person that gave his life for me was the least I could do. But truthfully, I think becoming Aaron Ludlow also triggered feelings inside of me that I never knew I had. I can honestly say that I like being Aaron so much more than I have ever enjoyed being Ashna. But it's still very complicated, even for me. Does that make any sense to you?
All that matters is that it feels right for you, Ludlow.
I guess you're right, Devon. But what is it, Umesh?
The Rani wants Devon to come to her chambers.
Sure she does.
Why?
She needs to speak to you. Alone.
Devon, wait. Remember what I said about her.
Close the door behind you, Umesh. Come forward, Devon.
What do you want?
For you to sit next to me. Now come here. Devon, this room is a treasure trove of Mishrani history. Ours was one of the wealthiest kingdoms in all of Bharat.
Bharat? I've never heard of that name before.
Devon, did you know that scholars and priests across the continent already used to debate the concept of unification? This was long before the Protectorate even arrived here and called this land the Eastern Colonies.
What did this concept entail?
Our brightest minds had envisioned a future in which our peoples were united as one. Ancient texts have called this land Bharat, and you may know it as India. But it seems that this future was stolen from us when the Protectorate came here and sought to reap benefit from our disorder. Through careful plotting over decades, the Protectorate managed to pit several of the largest kingdoms against each other. During the chaos of war, the Protectorate seized its opportunity to depose all royal dynasties. What makes it worse is that they didn't even have to do anything but sow divisiveness. Once they had sown, they let human distrust and fear do their work for them. The spark that ignited the powder keg in Mishra was the murder of my husband. Accusations from voices in the shadows evaporated the fragile truce we had with our neighbors. Some chose the side of the Protectorate. Others, like ourselves, did not. That day, the vision of Bharat was undone. Within Protectorate circles, the region slowly came to be known as the Eastern Colonies. Nondescript, void of character, wholly on purpose, of course.
So you want to retaliate? You're intent on doing to them what they did to you?
Yes, Devon. I'm going to turn the tables on them. They have stolen our identity. It is time that we reclaim it. Even though Ashna believes otherwise, you must understand that I am not fighting for selfish reasons. I am fighting to give the idea of Bharat a future, to be an independent people with our own culture.
You mentioned my mother earlier. Is she...
Come quick! There's something on the horizon! I think it's the colonial army!
What on earth? I didn't say you could... Hey Bhagwan, so it is true then. They know where we are.
Well, it looks like it, doesn't it? And they've come in full force.
Umesh, find a way to barricade the doors and get word out that an invasion of the palace is imminent. Devon, you need to tell me everything you know. They have yet to clear the pass, so we have about 6 hours still.
What can a story do against an army?
What advantages does information give over those that don't have it, you mean? The answer is a whole lot, my dear.
I've got nowhere to go. Let's finish this.
That's the spirit.
Wouldn't it be better if we just fled?
I told you before that I am tired of running. Besides, we've got no place to go. That road over there is the only entrance and exit of this valley. So let's get this story over with. Rukmini, I'm getting cold. Bring us some more tea.
such a delightful sight, is it not, dear?
Uh-huh.
The sunlight glistening on the waves of the endless ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that they call the Protectorate the empire on which the sun never sets? It's because it spans the globe, dear. Whenever it's night in one part of the Protectorate, it's practically always daytime in another.
I'm sure.
Tabitha? You've been quiet, dear. It's unlike you.
Uh-huh.
Not that it doesn't suit you.
Uncle, I'm reading.
Oh, get your nose out of that nonsense and look.
Nonsense? Yes. It's all nonsense. All of this, isn't it?
It's been hot, dear. Did you drink enough today?
What?
Take a sip, Tabitha. You're unfathomable today. Mr. Rensburg, make sure the lady has a cup full.
Good evening, Miss Feezy. Lewis. I've heard our chef is planning for a party in a few weeks. He requested a bottle of my brandy for some buttercream icing. I'm delighted to hear you've accepted my suggestion for the young lady's birthday.
Indeed, Captain. I came to the conclusion that it couldn't hurt to have a small party in honor of her 26th birthday.
Delightful. Is it not, miss?
Mm-hmm. Very grateful, Captain.
Good, good. Very good. Rensburg, before you leave, could you do something for me? The sun has almost set, and I want to double-check our position. Officer Brunswick used to have a large volume on the constellations of the Southern Hemisphere. Please take a look in his cabin and get that book for me. I know it's quite strange to go through someone's private belongings after their death, but I really do need it to get us to the colonies.
Of course, Captain. The barrels were filled with rum. I wouldn't be surprised if they were placed there on special request. A broken compass lay shattered inside Brunswick. On the writing slope lay a detailed map of the African coast, the sea full of lines, markings and notes I didn't understand. A beautiful brass sextant was sitting on Brunswick's writing slope. I recall a teacher telling me how this complex device works, but I'll be damned if I can remember. Looking through the Merchant Navy's handbook, I discovered a small collection of astronomy books betrayed Brunswick's fascination with the celestial bodies. Maybe this was the secret to his success as a navigator. A painting of the night sky was hanging on the wall. The use of colors was striking. One of the paintings depicts It was the book the captain wanted. It felt odd just taking it from Brunswick's cabin. A letter for Brunswick's mother was hidden inside the portrait. I wondered what the letter could tell me about Officer Brunswick.
And? Did you get it?
Yes, Captain. I also found this, sir.
A letter? Addressed to his mother? Give that to me, Rensburg. I will make sure it is sent to her.
Here you go, sir.
Thank you, Rensburg.
Ah, right on time, Mr. Ransberg. Just as I expected.
Of course, sir. Wouldn't want to keep you waiting. Besides, free tutoring is not something to say no to.
Right you are. Now, how was your day?
Just the usual steward stuff. Cutting vegetables, serving tea and food, errands for the captain, cleaning the saloon and all that.
That sounds like a lot of work. Hasn't the heat bothered you at all? We're very close to the equator now. It's where the sun burns hottest. One had best take care not to be so careless that one burns himself, Ransberg.
I'll take care, sir.
You better. Don't get yourself in over your head. Now, have you thought about the homework I gave you earlier?
Yes, I have.
Is it rain, coin, or bow? Power, money, or love, if you'd like me to put it in simpler terms?
Bow.
And why is that?
Because love is what's needed most to live a fulfilling life.
Ah, so that's what you think.
What would your answer be then, sir?
My answer would be bow. Because while women can of course not be trusted with power, I do believe that in this case the Queen's love triumphs over the King's entitlement. He ruled, like monarchs usually do, by the power of his name. He felt like the world owed him everything. However, the Queen ruled with the mandate of love, bestowed onto her by her people. Or, well, catfolk. You get the gist. It is, I think, what the Protectorate strives to do too, Rensburg. To be a force of good in the world, driven by the love of its blessed citizens, as opposed to blind entitlement forcefully claimed.
Is that so? I've never looked at it that way.
We do have our issues, Rensburg. And yes, some do say that we are an expansionist empire charading as a democratic republic. I can see why. I'm not blind. But let's keep that discussion for a later time, shall we? I'd like to see you again on Tuesday. Good night, Rensburg.
This the lot?
This is everyone I invited. The inner circle.
So, I asked Ludlow to spread the word because I think we need a plan. Don't we?
We can't let this go. We all know by now that there is no indigo to transport, and we're on some shady mission for the Lord Protector and his ilk. Also, that letter the senator was carrying? Well, it just doesn't bode well.
One thing at a time, Ludlow.
But all these things are connected, Devon. It's all part of some larger conspiracy to thwart the rebels. I'm sure of it.
Could it be?
We can't assume we're on some violent mission just yet. We need to know for sure.
But what if we are? What if this mission's purpose is to aid in the mass slaughter of a people? I don't want to be part of a legacy like that.
Is it our responsibility to act on this, though? I don't see how we can make a difference.
It is our responsibility. When we stole that letter, we made the decision to get involved. It is our problem now. We've got to deal with it.
Lady Tabitha? You seem on edge. You've got an idea, perhaps?
Are you all right, miss?
How could I be? Her father is really dead. If this all turns out to be true, I won't ever see him again. Right now, I don't even know how Mother is doing. All my life, nobody has ever taken me seriously. And now they're still keeping me in the dark.
Stay strong, Tabitha. Just remember when we spoke about your aunt, all right?
I remember, Devon. You don't have to remind me.
As horrifying as the truth may be, we need action. We can't dwell, not now. We need a new plan.
And I have a plan. I've been thinking about it all day.
I am all ears.
What if we use my birthday party to distract everyone and break into the cargo hold? We can make our move whilst everyone's busy getting drunk on rum and stuffing their faces with cake.
That's brilliant, actually.
I expected something more sophisticated.
But why don't we just steal Morton's key? Robbing him worked with the letter.
Did you find this key when you tore up our cabin? No?
No.
Well, that's because he borrowed it from the captain and gave it back whilst I was with them drinking tea. There's only one key, and it's in the captain's desk now.
Apparently, you know more than I do. So we go straight for the cargo hold then?
Yes, we'll just have to blast that thing right open. Is there gunpowder on board?
I'm not sure if that will work. How do we even begin?
That door is heavily bolted. If you want to break it, you will need to blow the frame out with it. Won't that just blow a large hole in the ship as well? I'm afraid we will need that key.
What if Devon just served the captain a lot of alcohol during the party? He's a notorious drunk anyway. Then we help him to his cabin, steal the key from his desk, and break into the cargo hold.
Wouldn't that be too obvious?
Not if the crew are too distracted because you're fighting with the bosun.
Now that you mention it, I've got a thing or two I've been meaning to say to him.
I can actually see that working.
However we do it, we will need to plan it carefully.
Your birthday is in a few weeks, right, miss? We'll have to bide our time, but we can of course start preparing right now.
What do we need? And how do we get it?
We need information. Anything that could help us make this plan succeed.
I sure wish Brunswick was still alive. He might have known something about the captain that could persuade him to let us into his cabin.
That boy, Ian, he's always there when I visit Eliza's father. He might know a little about what the captain may or may not be sensitive to.
Devon, could you maybe ask Garrick to prescribe you something that could help make the captain more cooperative?
I'll do my best. Let's hope Garrick likes me enough by now.
We have a couple of weeks for our preparations. Make sure to act inconspicuously. We'll meet up again on the night before the party.
So, tonight's the night of reckoning.
It sure is.
I almost can't believe it. I swear if I had to wait a single day longer, I'd explode.
It's time we find out what's in the hold.
I agree. We can't just stand witness to what's happening right here in our midst. And remember, we're only going to have a look, nothing more. If it turns out there's nothing to worry about, then we leave it alone.
Now, did you all manage to do your part?
Not really. I only won a bottle of wine from Rob in a game of cards. It's not much, but we could still use it. Rob has a serious stash of liquor hidden behind that hammock of his.
Well, I guess that's better than nothing. Lady Tabitha?
The boy wasn't very forthright about anything. But when I told him about our plan to throw a party, Ian did warn me of the captain's many silly stories about his adventures with Officer Brunswick. Apparently, the two have a long history together that started on some fishing vessel. If you keep him talking, Devon, he might be less suspicious. Before you know it, he'll be drunk as a lord and ready to give you the key.
Good job, Lady Tabitha. Nice one. And Devon, did you manage to get something from Dr. Garrick?
He was too suspicious of me, so I didn't get anything.
Well, that's a disappointment.
You will have to rely solely on your charisma to get that key. It won't be easy, but it's not impossible.
So, this is it. We did everything we could. Things could have gone better, but it will work. Do we all know our roles?
Once the party has started, I will give the bottle of wine to Devon. Devon will use it to convince the captain that we need to go to his cabin to get even more of the good wine. When he agrees to let us into his cabin, we will search for the key to the hold together.
When Officer Ludlow and Devon are ready to head for the cargo hold, I will instigate a fight by pretending Mr. Haywood hurt me whilst dancing.
I will gladly escalate the situation by punching him as I pretend to defend your honor.
The more I think about it, the more I doubt this part of the plan.
It's just a bit of theater. It's not real.
But he won't know that.
It's a small price for him to pay. It was your plan, miss, and it's a good plan. We do it this way.
Fine.
Then, while you're fighting, we'll sneak past the brawl and make our way to the hold. And that's it, right?
Yes, that's it. There's only one thing left to say then.
And that is?
Good luck.
Yes, good luck. All of you.
He's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us, and so say all of us, and so say all of us. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us.
Here it is, Devon. You'd better come up with something smart to get us into his cabin, because I don't know if this cheap wine will be enough to do the trick. Now go and make yourself useful.
Didn't see you coming, Rensburg. How are you doing tonight?
Great, sir. Thank you for asking. This party is smashing. Care for a drink?
You know me all too well, Rensburg. Sure. Pull me. Is there anything you'd like to talk about, boy? Any life lessons you'd like to learn from your captain?
Officer Brunswick was your friend, wasn't he, sir? He seems such a great man. I would love to hear more about him.
He was, Rensburg, but you don't know half the man that I know. Oh, that dear Lord Brunswick. Let me tell you a story about him. It all started on an old fishing vessel that we worked on for a while after graduating. We were so young. Brunswick tried to catch the old bugger with his bare hands. His bare hands! When he walked over to me, he tripped and fell face first into the fishing nets. You had to be there to see the look on his face, Rensburg. Oh, Rupert, I miss you. I miss you a lot. Now pour me another one, Rensburg. Empty already? Come on, Rendsburg. Let's get to my cabin. I've got more of this in there.
Captain, are you sure? I can get the wine if you give me the key.
My key? Never, Rendsburg. That's out of the question. We're going together.
What was he doing here? And why wasn't he drunk at all? We messed up, Devon.
We didn't just mess up, we royally messed up.
Well, we were supposed to floor him with wine, weren't we?
If you look at it that way, I guess it did do the trick.
Now let's just find the key to the cargo hold and get out of here. Tabitha said he kept it somewhere near his desk.
There was a globe in the room. The ornate rooster on top stretched his wings out over the world, as if protecting it. Looking at the display cabinet, I wondered.
What have you got there?
It's a puzzle, I think. It needs a combination of 6 digits.
Knowing the captain, he wouldn't use a random combination. Huh. What's got 6 digits?
Dates have 6 digits.
It could be that, but considering Hendrix never remembers anyone's birthday... Of course, it's a location! Degrees of longitude and latitude. 6 digits and 2 letters can roughly mark any location on a map. Let's look at the globe. Now, which location could it be?
What are the coordinates of the capital?
Good one. They're 51 degrees north, 0 degrees west, so the code would be 051000.
Doesn't seem to work. What about the Naval Academy? That's the place where he met Brunswick, right?
It's worth a try. It's not in the capital, so I think it's here. Alright, that means the code would be 050003.
Doesn't seem to work either. Wasn't the captain born in the province of Holland?
Amsterdam. Try it. The coordinates are 52 degrees north, 4 degrees east, so that makes 052004.
Yes, that's it.
Jackpot! Let's get out of here, quickly.
On my foot, you boorish man.
Oh, I am so sorry, miss. Look, I didn't mean to...
How dare you treat the lady like that? It's always you, isn't it? Ruining the party for all of us?
Say what now?
Oh, Goldilocks, you're always such a buffoon.
Oh, I'm a buffoon? Oh, I'll show you how much of a buffoon I am.
Are you threatening me now, you long streak of piss?
My foot is all bruised. How can I keep on dancing like this? The party is ruined.
Yes, Caleb. How can she keep dancing like this?
I don't see anything wrong with her foot, Undra. But I do see a lot wrong with your face.
Gentlemen, please keep it decent.
No! You deserve this.
Please, stop it. Stop it. Oh well.
Never! You dirtbag!
Tough finger!
Scrum sucker!
Rum nugger!
Bootlicker!
Ding barrel!
Crap muncher!
Rat ruffer!
So, this is it then. I kind of expected it would be something as banal as this. What else could it have been? Barrels full of gunpowder. So blatantly obvious.
It explains why Morton wanted to check up on this during the storm. If that stuff gets wet, it loses a lot of its potential firepower.
I feel sick to my stomach. But I honestly expected as much. They're so bloody predictable.
Someone needs to do something. Anything. This cargo can't arrive in the colonies.
You're right. The Herald is an indigo clipper, not a gunship. We're being misled into thinking this is all right. We need to take a stand. Now or never.
Yes, but let it be a measured response. I know you're angry, but keep your head cool.
Keep my head cool, Devon? How the hell am I supposed to do that? We're always expected to stay silent, to ask no questions, but no more. This assignment is one I never signed up for.
We never had any choice, Ludlow. We really didn't.
Huh? Hold on. What's that? These ones are different from all the others. I wonder what's inside.
Should we open one?
Yes, let's. A while back, I hid a crowbar among the crates over there. I tried forcing this door one night. I failed.
I picked up the crowbar and returned to Ludlow.
The honor is all yours, Devon. Give her a good walloping. What is this thing?
A sort of cannon?
It looks like some type of gun. These barrels seem to rotate. There's canisters of bullets here too. I think they're fired by turning the crank.
A cannon that can fire a rain of bullets? Sounds like an indiscriminate murder machine to me.
This device, this is his secret. The Lord Protector's present that he mentioned in the letter. This is it. How dare they? How dare they let us bring that to the colonies?
The bastards.
Damn them, and damn this bloody thing too. It's time for mutiny, Devon. And then we'll sink her. There's no other way.
Devon, wait! What's going on?
Where's Ludlow running off to?
It's bad. The ship is carrying weapons to the colonies.
I thought I heard you talk about mutiny. Let us out. We'll help you. Won't we, Daniel?
You helped me once before, so I will help you now.
I can't leave you down here. Who knows what Ludlow might do? Fine, I'll let you out.
Graças a Deus.
Don't thank God. Thank Devon. This is all on him. Thanks, Devon.
Thank you, Devon.
So, Senator, when were you going to tell us about your little secret?
Excuse me? What is this supposed to mean?
I never trusted you, and I was right not to.
Get that thing out of my face. Now!
Don't worry, Lewis. There are no bullets in that gun. Ludlow, put it down. Now.
How can you be so sure about that, Captain?
Because Mr. Haywood and I took them out when we confiscated it from you. And that was all long before you apparently stole it again.
Ludlow, please think before you act, all right?
Don't move, Devon, or I'll blow us all out of the water.
And how on earth are you planning to do that?
I just visited the cargo hold, and what I witnessed there was beyond anything I had ever expected to see.
You stole the captain's key!
That doesn't matter anymore. What does matter is that I've doused your furniture with what was left of Rob's secret stash of alcohol. And more than half of it was neutral spirits.
Hey! Those bottles were mine! I like the buzz it gives me before I fall asleep.
Neutral spirits are almost pure alcohol, Robert. Drinking that stuff sets your intestines on fire. It can make a man go mad.
Exactly! Once I drop this lantern, the deck below will be set ablaze. And you know what that means, don't you, Senator?
You wouldn't dare.
Ludlow, this is foolish. Why don't we just throw those crates overboard?
You keep your hands off my cargo!
Tell us your secret! We've got a right to know! Explain to these good people what we've been carrying all this time.
It's none of your business. You were not supposed to meddle. None of you were supposed to know anything about this.
Of course not. Why would we ever want to know what's in the hole beneath our feet? So, Ludlow, what did you find?
Men, we've been chartered to commit mass murder. This man is dragging us into a war with the native peoples of the eastern colonies.
You don't get it. The war was started by the rebels themselves when...
When what?
Tabitha, dear, forgive me. But what I'm about to tell you, it will hurt.
She's stronger than you think, sir.
The rebels murdered the regent of the eastern colonies. I've been sent to replace him. Your father is dead, and his murder is an act of war against the Protectorate.
So it is true, then. I can't deny it to myself any longer, can I?
Dear.
I already knew, Uncle. You've been hiding it from me ever since we boarded. But you're terrible at lying.
You don't understand, child. I couldn't tell you. It was a state secret. The whole mission was a state secret.
Stop belittling me. You didn't trust me before, you do not trust me now. But I felt it all the time, that there was something wrong. And never did you find the guts to tell me. At least Devon here did.
Why are you dragging us into this, Lewis? We're the merchant navy, not a military. Why would the Lord Protector pick us to do this job?
Time was of the essence, and the Herald is one of the fastest ships in the world. Besides, making port with a military vessel would only arouse suspicion. We can't risk an open war. It will cost us the stability of the entire region. If the Protectorate doesn't strike hard and fast, the rebels will be able to prepare a defense. So instead, this ship was chartered to carry some very important cargo.
You are planning to smash the protest with state-of-the-art weaponry. The people couldn't even prepare a defense against that.
It's still a prototype, but yes, we're testing it in the field for the first time. And if it works, a few Protectorate soldiers can mow down this pathetic army of peasant rebels in a matter of minutes. It will be brutal, but swift and effective.
What? That sounds horrible. We can't allow those weapons to reach the eastern colonies. We just can't.
You don't get it, dear. It's for their own good. Eventually it will spare us more bloodshed. We're doing this to protect the good apples from the rotten ones.
You've convinced yourself that this is the right thing to do, but it is wrong. It is vile.
And you pulled us all into this. We had no say whatsoever. We're only expected to obey.
Protectorate forces already destroyed my country once. They took everything from us. I couldn't fight back when I was still a child, but I am not prepared to let you get away with it again. Not this time. The cargo has to go. Whether the ship goes with it or not, the senseless violence has to end.
Just calm down, Little.
No! You've let this happen! You knew what we were carrying all along!
I did not!
You read the letter, remember? Stop pretending that you knew nothing about this!
Cornelis?
You with my ship, my rules and all that. And you didn't even do anything. You failed us all.
I tried to make it better for all of us. I truly did. I really don't know what this is that you're trying to do, Ludlow. Please, tell me.
I'll tell you. This is mutiny, Captain. Now who's with me? Let's throw those evil weapons overboard!
Captain! What are your orders, sir?
Sir! The gunpowder! It will rip her apart! Abandon ship! Everyone to the lifeboats! We need to launch the lifeboat, Devon. It's not that hard. Just do as I say. Heave! Hoist it clear! Good. Now we'll swing her outboard. Make ready to slacken the lines. Get her level with the deck! All right, board one at a time.
There's still people below decks. Go get them before the fire engulfs the whole ship.
Aye, Boston. Devon, come on. There are still people down there. To the crew's quarters, Devon.
Get yourself. Come on.
Devon, no! We can't go in there. It's too dangerous. Thank you, Devon. Follow me. This way. What is he still doing here? Devon, get the captain. We need to go. Now.
What are you doing? Stay back, Rendsburg. Save yourself.
I want to save you too. We're the last ones here and we need to leave together. Now.
No, Rendsburg. I can't. Devon, I'm staying. The captain goes down with his ship.
What? Are you really sure? What purpose does you dying serve us?
Rendsburg, I should have.
Devon! She won't hold together much longer. Jump!
Take my coat, Devon. Take it.
Why?
Because I've got no use for it anymore. But you will. Now take it and go. Go! Now!
The senator had cowardly fled the scene, his shot sparking the end of his lordship's vessel Herald. Trading my own coat for that of the captain, I flung myself off the burning ship. Poor Cornelis Hendricks went down with her, to sleep forever beneath the waves.
So it was all an accident? The sinking of the Herald, the demise of its captain, all just happenstance that arose from the senator pulling a gun?
Well...
You never intended to sink the Herald, did you?
You bet I did. But what would the point of sinking her be if I could achieve the same end without actually doing it?
To strike fear into one's enemies.
I have done as you asked. You know everything. Now tell me what you know about my mother.
Nothing. I've never heard of her.
You... Why? What is all this to you? A game?
I'm sorry, Devon. I needed you to tell me the story, and you did.
So typical of you, Mother. Now where do we go from here? I'd really like to know that, since I've got no idea how more babbling will save us from the army that's approaching.
Well, there is one thing that still eludes me.
And that is?
I was thinking about your captain, Hendricks. Why did he choose to die? What was he hiding?
I just figured the poor man was drunk and sad. Are you suggesting he was hiding even more than those weapons?
What if our dear captain had one last trick up his sleeve?
The coat!
My thoughts exactly.
Let's go get it from the tower, before...
I'm sorry to disturb, but a rider approached the palace with an urgent message for you, my queen.
Let him in.
She is already here, Meridani.
She?
Tabitha!
Ludlow! Is that you? Devon! What are you two doing here?
That's a long story, Miss Weezy. But let's say I've heard an awful lot about you and your uncle during the past hours. Now what is it that you barge in here for?
To deliver a warning. To you, murderer. There isn't much time. My uncle, Senator Morton, is on his way here with a full battalion of soldiers. And if you resist your arrest, you will die.
It's so good to see you, Tabitha. Are you all right?
No time for idle chat, Devon. Listen to me. Surrender the rebel queen to my uncle, and he will surely let you all live.
She'll live too? Tabitha, the queen, she...
I understand. This woman killed my father, but I want the rebels to win.
Tabitha, this woman is... She is my mother.
What? That can't be. Then you knew?
No, I did not. I had no idea. I'm so sorry.
Sorry? Ludlow, what has passed, and I will never forgive her. But it's not important anymore. Just forget it. Much has changed, myself included.
But...
Ludlow, regardless of what happened, I'm here to help right now.
Help? By asking me to surrender to my enemies? This must be a joke.
You dragged us into this. Now you get us out by surrendering to them. Lewis Morton is a man of honor. He will let you live.
I had honor once too, you know. Ironically, it was the Protectorate that showed me how to play it foul.
We're outnumbered. Do you want to get us all killed?
I will not bow my head to filth like him.
My uncle is a principled man. He will do everything to bring you to trial, because that is the way he deals with such matters. But only after you have been found guilty of instigating the rebellion and of killing my father, only then will you die.
You'll get Ludlow out. You'll get Ashna out alive. Your daughter will survive.
No, Devon. We shall die right here, while defending the palace and our legacy.
You shouldn't give him a reason to fight you. If you don't resist, he can't kill you, even if he wanted to.
I don't believe it. What would stop him from killing me the instant he walks through that door?
He won't be the next regent if he kills you without the Lord Protector's explicit permission. No, he needs to parade you through town, to have a sham trial. Putting you against the wall without one will make him look barbaric in the eyes of his peers, unfit to govern here.
So typical of them, only to approve of state-sanctioned murder.
She speaks the truth. That is the way of the Protectorate. The senator would lose face if he went against that, and Lewis Morton does not lose face.
He will drag my name through the mud. It will be my undoing.
If you choose to resist, I can assure you he will seize that opportunity to snuff you and your rebellion out. Surrender today and you will live, and from your prison you shall become a martyr to your people.
The rebels are few now, but many more will join them if their queen greets death with her head held high.
I see your point, and I agree. It is more useful to die another day, in another place. Perhaps not at all. But all this begs the question of why Miss Veazey here would help me. I am the one that destroyed her world, after all.
I am helping the people make the best of this rebellion. And if it turns out that this helps you in the process, then I'm only helping the lesser of two evils.
But she killed your...
She murdered my father. Yes, I know very well what she's capable of. And I want it to mean something. To be the start of something better. So that his death may not be in vain.
I sense you know more than you're letting on. What did you find out, Tabitha?
More than I would have liked to. After the events aboard the Herald, which in themselves made me doubt many things, I went into the archives of my father's office. What I came across was rather revelatory. So much so that I've come to the conclusion that the way the Protectorate governs here is unjust, to say the least. I've read so many old reports of unspeakable crimes perpetrated by Protectorate officials. Extortion of the indigo farmers, blackmail of local rulers, not to speak of all the torture and rape and murder that people committed along the way. It is disheartening to know of it all. I knew I had to do something, clear the Veazey name, in whatever way I can.
I think the Herald has changed us all in profound ways. I've noticed it too.
Don't let yourself be defined by tragedy. It's what we do after all this that matters.
I also found this, Devon. I think you need to read it carefully.
No time. The army is nearing the palace.
We're too few to keep them out for long, my queen.
Devon, the tower, now!
Why? What's in the tower? Wait! Where are you going?
We'll be back! Protect my mother in the meantime! Now, let's see if there's something in here.
Look inside the sleeves.
Nothing to see there.
Maybe it's the buttons. Are there any special markings on them?
Just the rooster, like on all Protectorate uniforms. Devon, I really have no idea what we're supposed to do with this thing. Unless... Wow. Oh my. Look what was in there. Devon, you need to read this.
Ludlow, what does this mean? Martial law on the Herald and in the colonies? I don't understand.
The captain kept this part of the letter to himself because it effectively grants Morton command over not just everyone in or near the eastern colonies, but the Herald and its crew as well. The captain could never allow that. His ship, his rules. Remember?
That stupid mantra of his saved us all.
But hiding such an important letter sent by the Lord Protector to one of his senators, that's high treason. Had he survived, the captain would have been disgraced, or worse. That's why he chose to go down with his ship. Devon, you know what this means, right?
This is our bargaining chip. We need to get this to Tabitha immediately.
Let's hurry, before we're too late.
I know you're in there, terrorist. By order of the colonial government, I am here to arrest you on account of conspiring against the Protectorate and organizing and sponsoring terrorist activity. Now come out!
Devon, wait!
What's wrong, Ludlow?
It's just...
I've got all day, you know. I'll wait for as long as I have to.
First of all, whatever we do, we've got to keep Tabitha out of this. We don't know what will happen. Things might take a bad turn. And secondly, Devon, what do we really want to happen after this?
For peace to return to the colonies, of course.
But what does that even mean?
It means that power needs to go to the people. That's what is most important now.
Exactly. That's what I believe too. But if I'm honest with myself, there's no place for my mother in that scenario. I believe my mother is a relic. She's in the way of the rebellion succeeding as I would wish it to succeed. I wanted to meet her end here.
I know. It's become clear to me that she's always been in the way of her own goals. But can we just let her die here?
I'm afraid I don't have a choice. I need to see to it that the cycle is broken. So, I'll take the letter to them. You leave, alive and well. It's never been your battle anyway.
You're right. It never was. But you have a rebellion to lead. What if you get arrested? No, Ludlow. I'm a nobody, so I'll do it. Let me be a somebody.
Devon? All right.
Thank you, Ludlow, for everything.
Is that Tabitha?
I've got her, Uncle. She is ready to surrender.
Come down here now!
We're on our way. But you'll have to promise me that you will not hurt her, nor any of her staff.
That is something we shall have to see about, my dear. Now get down here!
Hello, Uncle. How are you doing today?
Never mind the pleasantries, dear. As much as it eludes me why you're even here, I do thank you for bringing me the terrorist.
Terrorist? Me? Filthy invaders. That's what you are.
Stand down. She's not to be hurt. Yet.
Don't worry. I'm here to talk, for I have a proposition to make.
You have nothing to offer that I want.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. Listen to her, Uncle.
Fine.
Mr. Morton, I have something to tell you. Over 20 years ago, my house fell into disarray over a dispute. I was disowned because I had produced no male heir.
Is this about the doctrine of lapse?
Yes, it was a cruel scheme. Do you agree?
Oh, yes, but necessary in its time. We had to end the royal dynasties. You were destroying the colonies.
But as it so turns out, I do have a son, a true heir to my house, the House of Mishra. His name is...
His name is Devon Rensburg.
Who? Oh, if it isn't our little Stuart. Here too, are you? So you're all in on it. Even my own bloody niece.
You do not understand. Listen to what they have to say.
Oh, shush, girl. Honestly, do you truly think I would legitimize some former queen's claim? It doesn't change a thing. Your house is history, woman. Men, arrest her!
Over my dead body.
Put your guns down! I have something of great importance to you, Senator.
Tabitha,
Yes?
bring me that piece of paper.
Devon?
Here, but be careful. Give it to him only.
Well done, dear. Now give it to me.
Uncle, I can't.
No! Shoot her! Shoot that woman! This is all your fault. Grab him!
My lord. Lord Protector Godin, wait!
Samuel, what's wrong with you this morning?
It's the press, sir. They've jumped on the events in the colonies.
I thought you said that insurgents was dealt with. Didn't we send a senator there? I even declared martial law.
Things have escalated, sir. It seems the papers got a hold of a journal by a steward of the HLV Herald. They put the whole account in print, sir. His story is causing quite an uproar.
Story? What story?
It's on your desk, my lord.
Is there a way to stop it? The circulation of this story?
We acquired the journal, but the cat's out of the bag, sir. There are copies in mailboxes all across the capital.
Well, we can no longer deny that the eastern colonies are in a bit of turmoil now, can we? And these sentiments that stir there are now tainting the minds of many young Protectorians.
Sir?
We shall need to change the rules, Samuel, or the next generation will do it for us.
The public will want a swift and determined response from your lordship.
And they shall get one. Prepare a carriage to head for Parliament. I shall address the Senate this afternoon. It shall be known that I, Lord Protector Jean-Benoit Gaudin, am gravely appalled by the despicable efforts to defile our immaculate union, and that under my guidance, as Protector of Order and Prosperity, we shall rid the Protectorate from the evil that is destroying us from within.
Of course, my lordship. It shall be known.
Good. But first, Samuel, a cup of tea. Matters of state make me thirsty.